This is no touch freight. It's no move the truck freight either. It's like a giant game of chutes and ladders. Up, down, up, down.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior,
Jesus Christ.
Morning. Well, we're back to cutting lentils today. A lot less grasshoppers in the sample. And going over a batch roll. Anyways, time to unload. Maybe. There we go. Hit the right button. Can't think and talk at the same time. And we're getting rained out. And Dad's moving the cart while I was still loading. Oh, this is interesting. Go, Nacho, go! 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 Better go help him. It's not liking that my GPS is okay. I know my drain tank's folded. This is when you slowly drive in circles and let the rain wash your combine off. Well, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. We had a power outage about 4 o'clock this morning, so if you listen close, you hear the generator in the shop running. So, but with the rain, gonna delay us a little bit. We gotta get a few things done, like go get that tail loader brought home because, well, they're done hauling hay at the guest place, and they need to start hauling hay from here. So maybe we'll get that back home. But we need a tanker off the truck first. Well, that's airing up. I'm gonna go get the sprayer put back in this side by side because the grasshoppers are getting to be out of control in the yard again. So we're putting tempo in, spraying them, it's working really good. But back by that truck, there's grasshoppers everywhere. I gotta move a few bales so I can get the air drill turned around in the field. Well, we're gonna leave it right there. Everything's unhooked. Yeah, we're good to go. And you might be asking yourself, is Tony gonna go put that back on the grain cart? Nope, we got something more important for it to do right now, so let's go get hooked up to that. Well, my plan was to use the quad on the conveyor to load the lentils into the seed bin from the cleaner, but PTO shaft's too short. But we do need to get this jump conveyor taken off anyways, because I just sold this conveyor this summer and the guy's gonna come pick it up next week. Talked to him yesterday, he said, yeah, you can use the conveyor, that's fine. But we're not gonna use the conveyor now because we don't have a tractor to run it. I think the little 95 might be a little underqualified to run this big conveyor. Not horsepower wise, but weight wise. Well, I totally spaced loading it, but that's the end of, hey, the last 4 bales. And the telehandler's loaded and headed home. Well, we're all serviced up here, greasicles. We had an oil leak on my combine on the unloader valve for the unload auger, and got a new O-ring stuck on that fitting. We're ready to go try it, see if it's dry enough to cut. Well, we're going again. Seems like the moisture is fine, and we've only got less than an hour of cutting left of the lentils. Or are they grasshoppers? I don't know what we're harvesting. A little of both, I guess. That is the end of the lentils. Oh, that's a good feeling. Well, we started cutting some chickpeas, and they look like they're running pretty good yield-wise. Trying to figure out combine settings yet. I think the pods are a little damp from the rain yesterday, but we got a problem. My auger is plugged, and we went through a few more shear bolts trying to get it unplugged, and the guys have to go grab a conveyor so we can empty it out through the sump. So I think everything's just so gummed up from our grasshoppers and all the mess and green weeds and some of those peas that stuff's just not sliding on the tubes real well, and I'm not sure what we're going to do here. We might end up having to go cut a bunch of wheat, shine everything back up, and then come cut these chickpeas. They don't seem to be too bad at grasshoppers, not like the lentils were anyways, but I'm not really sure. So Tim's coming back with the conveyor. We'll get this unloaded somehow. I thought these were self-propelled. The combines or the auger? Yes. Well, tube's folded. Let's see. Can we unload, or is it going to break on the bolt? Oh, look at that. Success. Well, thank goodness these case combines have this button here that shuts off my floor augers. So I'm just running them about 3-4 seconds at a time. We'll get the tank emptied out now and go to clean that tube out. It's just caked full from the inside of the tube to the flight. So all the nasties, yeah, these chickpeas are honestly probably the best thing to clean that out, but we gotta get some of that layer off first. Wondering, that's how they make wheat bran cereal. Well, there's some clearance. That looks like some of that $high cereal. Man, I hate grasshoppers. But what do we love? But I love tractors! Anybody remember that pipe I was looking for in the dark seeding chickpeas? It's a lot easier to find in the daylight.
Chickpea soup, anyone? Yummy. Except for the grasshopper.
Pretty nice chickpeas out here in some spots. Not gonna average 20. Yeah, it's the next best thing to run a gravel through everything to clean everything up, I think. Well, the chickpeas are a success, I'd say. The only thing we're having a little issue with is the pods want to roll off the cutter bar without air reels or air bar, whatever you want to call them, on the headers. So these 5 fingers do a good job of kicking them in, off the cutter bar onto the draper, but some of it just cuts and falls to the sickle. So we might have to look into getting some prairie or some sort of deal if we go put a bunch of chickpeas in again next year. Well, we didn't do a lot this year. We're thinking about doing quite a bit next year. We'll see. Well, we are done with peas, lentils, chickpeas, barley, and oats now. And we are just starting our spring wheat crop. We are actually in Durham. We got the 3 machines running, R2 9240s, as well as a custom cutter. Johnson Harvesting came over with one of their machines. They got a 9250 that's here with some Case IH guys doing some testing. So some really cool things coming from them in the future, but I can't tell you about that on YouTube. So check out what's going on here. Well, Dad's machine's running in front of me here. Got the mirror there. See custom cutter's machine coming up behind me. And durum. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of questions. What is durum? What's it used for? Is it wheat? It is wheat, type of wheat, I guess, but it's used for pasta. Instead of the flour turning white like red flour would, it's more of like an amber colored, like a orangish, reddish amber colored. So durum's really fussy on, well, the elevator's really fussy on color, so they don't want any of the yellow bellies in there, which are actually white inside. That makes their durum turn the wrong color, and then they also don't want it rained on, which will change the color, bleach it, we call it, and it'll be the off color for the pasta too. So we want to raise good, clean, dark colored, non-rained on, bleached, hard kernels. That's what the durum's raised for, so that it makes nice pasta, and just another crop that we can raise here in Montana. Yeah, we're getting pretty full up there. 13,500 pounds. Let's see what we end up with when we're unloaded. The point, Scale Tech point on the side of the cart there reads 35,800 now. So that was 22,000 pounds. A good load. Almost 400 bushel on. Between the tank full and what we cut and what we were moving yet, unloading. Tell you what, that 82 or 9250 is hungry. That automation, he can really push that machine fast. 600 acres for the day already. It's your combine business. This shit gets a lot of acres cut. Well, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are fighting a lot of sawfly damage. We call them sawflies. They lay their egg into the stem, the larva hatches, and then it chews its way out of the stem, causing that wheat stem to fall over. So basically everything in the world is trying to stop us from raising a wheat crop with bugs, weeds, all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the drawbacks. It's getting worse and worse. I don't know if we're gonna have to start swathing fields to prevent that, because you can swath it before it falls over. You pick it up in a windrow, or I don't know what the answer is. Rotation kind of helps. Durum isn't as bad as spring wheat, but it's pretty bad right here. I know it's really hard to tell, but the green spots, the grasshoppers chew the heads all off, so those are laying on the ground. But we are cruising along. We are on the last field of durum here, and if we cut this off today, that'll make 840 acres for first day of wheat cutting. I'd take that for a win. Getting close to the bins here. Oh, look at that sunset. Hello. Go figure, whenever I pick up my camera and record something, I gotta talk to somebody on the phone. That's what music's for. Put music over clips. Well, that is it for the durum here. 840 acres, not bad for a day of cutting wheat.